Hey y'all, it's Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Today I am doing part 2 of the Choose Your Sketch Challenge. Now part 1 started over with Team Tiny, where they offered 3 different sketches to choose from. I chose 1. These were the other 2. Now sketches are not typically my cup of tea. I've never done one before, but once I got done with the first one, which I'll show at the end, I decided I wanted to go ahead and complete the other 2. So you saw the 2 sketches there at the beginning. These are the cards I made based on those sketches, and we will just go ahead and jump right in. So I have to say that all 3 cards were inspired by this pack of pattern paper from Honeybee Stamps. I will have everything linked and listed downstairs. For your convenience, some of them will be affiliate links, some not. But yeah, I just want you to be able, if you see something that inspires you and you want to go look at it, I want to make it easy for you. So with that being said, I have this beautiful 2-tone green pattern paper in this fun heart motif, but I can't leave well enough alone. I've been jonesing for some dots, and this set from Whimsy Stamps was just the ticket. So as I stamp the polka dots on the front and heat emboss them, you'll notice that it kind of pushes that heart pattern to the back, and I'm okay with that. I just wanted layers, and I wanted texture, and of course pattern. And so I did the couple stampings of the kind of pinky color, and then I did that stripe of green just kind of through the middle. You don't really see much of it once it all gets put together. But then I also did these circles around the dots, and I did them in blue because that will be pulling all of the colors from the pattern paper onto this one pattern paper. And yes, I know they're wonky, and yes, I love it, and yes, it was intentional. Now, if you have this stamp set, you can use them individually. You can use just the circles, you can use the dots, you can use the stripes. You don't have to use it all together like I did. And if you line up the circles around your dots, you can be much more precise than I have here. But I love the whimsy, I love the wonkiness. I'm okay with that. So you can see that I have all of my different components for the sketch. I had them all die cut out, of course, beforehand. And this elephant, I keep wanting to call it a giraffe, this elephant just steals my heart. It is from a set from Dylusions. There are a couple different animals on there. One is a giraffe, one is a zebra, and another is a unicorn. And I think it's just so fun, and I love the way I colored it. I'm not typically impressed with my coloring, but this guy, yeah, those Everblend Ultras from Arteza really make a difference. I'm really happy. So let me say though, with those circles that are up at the top, I felt like they just blended into the background too much. See, they don't stand out very much. So off screen, I actually take some more of that denim paper and I make some circles and I cut them out and I add them to the top off screen. And so there you can see that elephant colored a little more closely. Words again are hard. And you can see that I didn't really blend out the deep crevices. That was on purpose. Up close it kind of looked like a mess, but when you see the whole thing in context, it doesn't. So this is the second sketch for this video, but it's the 3rd sketch overall. And I did the circles in the middle first. But then I needed a larger circle to go around the ones that I had, and I didn't have one that was any bigger in my dies. In all the dies that I had, those were the biggest ones. So I just looked around my craft room, and that black circle was traced around that. I think it was a Bed Bath & Beyond candle. You know, those 3-wick candles. It was that kind of a glass jar. So I just traced around that, fussy cut it out. My fussy cutting skills were not great with that, but I did it, and I got it to work. And it's still a little wonky, but once everything gets lined up and you see the pattern paper in the background, you see the pattern paper around this little guy, the frame that goes around this little guy, all those different pieces really grab the eye's attention instead of the wonkiness of the black circle. So you can see that I did a little bit of masking. Now I don't do a lot of masking, but I just stamped this same cute piggy image onto the masking paper, fussy cut it out, laid it over this stamped image, and then did that simple ink blending around him just to make kind of a highlight, just like a green halo around him, if you will. And here I'm using my Everblends again. These are not the Ultras. The Ultras are kind of a dark gray barrel. These are just the regular Everblends, and I like them too. I mean, I've used them for a couple years now, and I'm very happy with them. So I think he came out so cute. Light to dark, dark to light, lots of blending. And then I even brought in a deeper, almost a russet or a cinnamon color, just to kind of deepen those edges and crevices. Now guys, the reason that I cut this panel down, this Quatrefoil panel, I cut the edges just a smidge because on the sketch there's actually a line, there's like a frame around that first layer. So I wanted to make sure that that was represented, so I just trimmed it down a little bit, and so the card base actually becomes that frame. So then the Quatrefoil pattern was a die from Honeybee and cut out of that beautiful pattern paper. And so you get all the color and texture of the pattern paper, but you don't get so much of the busyness because the white showing through the Quatrefoil design really kind of tames it a little bit. And we've got the black circle, and then we've got the rectangular piece, which of course is some more of the pattern paper, and then I used a die to cut those edges and I just glued them on top. That's still the same pattern paper, it's just out of a different side of it. And then I take that double-sided foam tape and kind of lift up that beautiful frame. That pattern paper that frame is cut out of looks like needlepoint. It's very, very pretty, and I think it just ties the whole thing together. And that sweet little innocent pig with his head tipped over looking all cute, he says, "Well, shit, I miss you big time." And I just think that the snarkiness or the sassiness of the well shit kind of juxtaposed with that sweet little face is just perfect. And y'all know how I feel about perfection, but I'm sorry, I think this one is it. What do you guys think? All right, so this was my third card, and again, this was the sketch, just as a reminder. Now this was the sketch that I did over on the Team Tiny Hop. So I will list that downstairs as well. And if you haven't already hopped along with Team Tiny, let me encourage you to do so. This is the card that I made based on that sketch. So that's card number 1 and card number 3. And this is just a reminder of what card number 2 looked like with that fun elephant from Dylusions. And there you can see the blue circles up at the top. Kind of pop out a little bit more and kind of pulls it together with that deep blue. All right, guys, well, deep breath. That was a lot. So choose your sketch part 2. There were 3 different sketches to choose from. Chose one over on the Team Tiny Hop. I'll link to that downstairs. 2 in this video. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have a favorite? Do you even like sketches? I don't know. Let me know. So until next time, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. You know I appreciate you, and I can't wait to meet you downstairs in the comments. Mwah, I'm out.